Right. Right. Yeah. Take it Tooblack. Right, something I came across. Some people might have this already. So we're gonna go into this business. Now this is something that we used to use a few years ago, ladies and gentlemen, little boys and little girls. Right, so this is for people involved in legal fiction, which is the BANDULU business. Okay. So this one was a collection of templates that dealt with mainly all the issues that you need to deal with quickly, you see. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'll just go through it very briefly. I mean, the first pages are some stories about the automaton alphabet characters and how these characters interact in this legal fiction world that they've created for you. However, what I want to show little boys and little girls and the monkey people is these templates here that anyone can use to do whatever they need to do. Now ideally you should modify it to suit your individual circumstance as usual. Alright, now this is for entertainment purposes. This is the BANDULU land, the TV licensing corporation in BANDULU land. So what you do is with these templates is you put in the BANDULU land, you replace it with the TV licensing corporation in your area. Now these characters normally they'll probably be operating out of a PO box. Alright, so find the location and stick it in there, and then find a deer, the BANDULU business name, you put it in there, and then date obviously. Now this has to do with the BANDULU land TV licensing people, and it just informs them about their Telelai programming sets. Right? Now in the legal fiction business, for anyone who doesn't know, there's something called a data subject and somebody called a data controller. Right? Now the data controller has controlling rights over the data. However, the data subject has equitable rights over the data. And the equitable rights include the right to correction. Alright? So if a controller happens to have to hold and or maintain and or control information that is incorrect, then a data subject, alright, is with entitlement in asking, telling, demanding that the data controller correct these records. Alright? So this is what you do. You write them and say, listen, man, please inform your information officer, please correct your records accordingly to show that a TV license or BANDULU land TV license is not required or no longer required at this location, at this private location. Why? Because no subliminal television programming conducted by the, you put their name there, so this could be the ABC or the BBC or the CBC or the DC, sorry, where am I? The other one. Okay. Ready? So no programming or casting or channeling, sorry, let me read this stuff, conducted by, you put the Alphabet Corporation there, is watched or recorded here, or as it as it is being channeled and shown on television at this said location. You get the point anyway. All right. The point being is this, that we are no longer accepting your subliminal messages at this location. So try and channel them to somebody else who's interested in being lied to and being deceived and receiving fake news and receiving propaganda and receiving politics, culture and religion. Alright, so no thank you very much. So please also take note of the enclosed formal notice removing your implied right of access at our location. And then he finally says, we have no contract, cease and desist with all communication. Anybody who's interested in the notes that go with it, get in touch, get a book. Alright? But there should be copies out. It's 3 years old, I think. This was 2015, I believe. But it's a legal fiction world. The language is valid, is seen in the legal fiction world. We don't write this language anymore. But like I said, these documents are still valid. If you can tailor them to your requirement, then okay. So that license business goes with this. It's called a removal of implied right of access. If you need to see the rest of the wording, pause it, and there it is. Yeah, I find this is there's a longer version, but I think this is straightforward. The points that I include in my notice of removal of this implied right of access is, number one, I put this non-negotiable, so we're not going to discuss this. It's a lawful instrument, and the title of it. In fact, I'm going to draft a new one for this, for somebody specifically. They're going to love it. Right. And it just says the notice is here given that all implied right of access in regard of the private location, known as, you put your location there, is removed in respect of the following. And then you put whoever you're going to deal with. So you can put the BANDULU Land TV Licensing Corporation Limited. You can put the BANDULU Land City Council Corporation Limited. You can put the BANDULU Land Corporate Policy Enforcers. Those characters also. And you could also put any other BANDULU Business Corporation. Oh, however, and then this is your agreed fee. So once you remove the implied right of access, make sure you charge them, because everything is commons. If someone's going to waste your time, remember it's about Chronos and Time Warner and Time Magazine, and about about people wasting your time and introducing fear into your life with their letters and their false claims. Charge them for your time, for administrating their BS. Okay, and then you need to reserve all your natural rights, which are inalienable, all your liberties, your correctnesses, your appropriateness, if necessary. Put those under reservation. But more importantly, you need to accept no liability and give no value on this instrument. So no liability accepted and no value assured. They're looking for value, and they're looking for res, and they're looking for property. Okay, removal. On the same book we had, this one says it's the BANDULU Land Taxman Service. So this is serving tax vices. I'm not going to read the introduction or preface. I'm going to go, that's a template right there. Hope you can see it. Right. Oh, so this is, oh yeah, so this is where you get the executive officer who presumes to have a lawful authority or even legal authority to issue summons, to create summons, and issue them, right? So number one, anyway, three ones for this one. Number one, proof that they possess the lawful authority under the doctrine of separation of powers in a so-called democracy that allows you, an executive officer, to issue judicial summons. As soon as I receive proof of this claim, I'm going to come to your venue. You see, summon the dead, you don't summon living. Number two, proof of your claim that you're indemnified from public liability by a valid insurer, upon whose insurance you're able to legally and lawfully conduct business with the public and or at all, right? Or any proof at all that you're privately bonded if you are a private company. Any proof at all. And number three, please clearly identify in writing whether your representation is on behalf of the Crown, i.e. are you a Crown agent? They won't have those answers. They don't have them, you don't deal with them. Another template. Boom. What else do you have? This one has to do with Bandulu land. Bandulu. It says revenue and customs services. Wow, serving tax vices, another serving tax vices. Right, so this is Bandulu land, revenue and customs service. You put the contact details in there, you put yours, you put the dates and reference numbers, and then the title is their claim. So in order to expeditiously settle all your claims and or to have any further dealings with your with you, please present, provide, make available, and disclose within 10 days. Excuse me. So from these characters, I love these guys. They're sweet. They're very good to do business with. They're more honorable than the other ones. The one I just dealt with in the previous page. The other executives. These ones are more honorable. I like these ones. Right, proof of your claim of being indemnified from public liability by a valid insurer. It's the same one, or is it? God, hang on a second. No, this is a different one. Right, so valid insurer, and or you have a private bond, and or you're in possession of a license that will confer upon you the legal and lawful right, correctness, and authority to conduct the business in England and Wales and or at any other location in the world, of enabling or of making offers based on arbitrary estimations. You see. So you want to see this license, that's number one. It just doesn't have to be valid in England and Wales. If they have a license that's valid anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter where. If it's valid in flipping Congo, we'll take it. But we just want to see this license and the insurance. Number two, now you're going to need written confirmation or written proof of who they represent. So we won't go into this. We've gone across this one before. So do they represent that majesty or the other majesty? So once we know which one it is, then we'll sort you out. Or we'll sort you at. So who do you represent? This one or the other one? And then three, where we may inspect their auditing. It's a public company, presumably, so they should be filing their auditing with annual auditing with the company's house or any other body. So we should be able to see the books somewhere. All right. So those three. All right. As soon as we receive those three, we'll be able to deal with the issues. However, I am unable to deal with this matter any further without disclosure by you of the above. So that takes care of that business. As soon as you receive the documentation, the requisite documentation, you may carry on and perform of their direction. This was a tribunal services, so you're going to find magicians somehow. They're going to conjure up from their bottoms, they're going to conjure up from their ass some summons, and they're going to issue them and throw them around, trying to hold hearings in a magician's court, criminal hearings. How ridiculous. Anyway, this stuff is laughable. It's just laughable. Okay. Now, so if they ever ask you to get